Hello, good morning, dear viewers. Myself, Dr. Satyendra Kumar, Associate Professor of English, Pandit Lalit Vansar Sri Dev Suman Uttarakhand University Campus, Rishikesh, Dehradun. I am also Assistant Lecturer in Lower Section in Uttarakhand Higher Education, apart from Associate NCC Officer. Today, I seize the opportunity to hail, acclaim, and welcome all of you in this series of lectures divided into four parts, and this is being the first part. It's my humble request to all of you kindly pay your attention to this lecture so that the rest coming lectures could be very easy to understand. Let us see one by one these PowerPoints. Before it, let me have your ear with me. Sound system of English language. Sound. Sound that comes from words. Words consist of letters. Letters coming from morpheme. Morpheme is smallest unit of sound system. Again we have come from where we started our journey, like boomerang, sound system of English. That is our second language. Now the word language has some hidden history. Let me make it clear at this junction and juncture. This is, but here it is working as suffix. Suffix means words coming in the end. If words coming in the beginning, it is prefix. And the same letters words coming in between, it is infix. And if it in the end, it is suffix. So prefix, infix and suffix. So far as this root word age is concerned, it is working as suffix. So its pronunciation is not age, but it will be is equal to is. Hence, the word lang plus age will be language, not language. Similarly, village plus age will be village. Likewise, advantage plus age will be advantage. It's rule of linguistics and phonetics. Whenever we have words as suffix, they have different pronunciation in comparison to the words having as root word. So as a root word, it is called is. What's your is? But as suffix, it will be pronounced as is. So language. So bear in mind, dear viewers, language, not language. This is small profile of myself. Having 25 years experience of teaching in different institutions, including 7 years, 2 months, and 14 days in Navadev Vidyalaya Samiti, Regional Office, Bhopal and Lucknow, where I served from 20th April 1998 to 14 July 2005. On 15 July, I joined Uttarakhand Higher Education. So far as publications are concerned, 40 books are with me apart from 51 anthology. And 4 units for PG students of Kota Rajasthan in the book entitled Principles of Criticism. 3 units for UG students in Uttarakhand College Hildwani for the book titled Poetry. 35 papers in national journals, 30 international journals, apart from so many book reviews and in national and international seminars and conferences. I have had more than 100 seminars and conferences workshops in national and international. I also organized several conferences when I was at Government PG College Town, like on solid waste management, women empowerment, Dalit literature, environment and biodiversity, and ICT and EA. Thus guidance, 31 PG dissertations, 3 MPhils, 4 PhDs, and 1 scholar is pursuing PhD at present. I have also completed one UGC minor research project entitled A Study of Lexical Categories of Languages and Sounds, Switching of English and Hindi Words. I have conferred on 5 awards, including Bharat Sixth Ratna Award and Uttarakhand Ratna Award. My areas of interest are Victorian poetry, Indian fiction, Indian poetics, and linguistics and phonetics. Linguistics, systematic study of the language. Phonetics, phonetics, systematic study of sound system. So phonetics being the part of linguistics. So this lecture is based on linguistics and phonetics being the part of sound system of English language. This is caption. Yeah, this is the third slide. That's caption heading. The first one and second one we have had, now the third one, caption. In this we will see what and how we are going to deal with this topic. Sayings, maxims given by different professors, scholars. For skills of English language, that is LSWR. Listening, speaking, writing and reading. Definition of language. Mechanics of English language. Consonant sounds 12 and consonant sounds 12. Total we have 44 consonant sounds divided into two parts, 12 and 12. Again we have vowel sounds, pure as well as diphthongs. Pure again divided into two parts, 5 plus 7. 5 long vowels, 7 short vowels is equal to 12. They are called pure vowels. Diphthongs, in which we have gliding from one sound to another. That's why they are called diphthong as well as gliding or impure. They are 8. So 8 plus 12. Total we have 20 vowel sounds. Similarly, 12 plus 12, 24. So 24 and 20, total 44. So we have 44 sounds. Diagram of pure vowels, that is 12, and diagram of diphthongs, that is 8. Yeah. Until and unless we see the quotation maxim given by Gurudev Tagore, we can't do justice with ourselves because we are teachers. A teacher can't teach until and unless he himself is learning. A candle can't burn another candle unless it continues to burn its own flame. So we have to make our flame lighted. In order to make your flame lighted, so first, charity begins at home. Socrates, teacher of Aristotle. Aristotle, teacher of Plato. All these three philosophers are no more in this queue. Education is not filling of the vessel but kindling of a flame. We have to kindle the flame and the rest will come automatically. And this quotation, the roots of education are bitter but the fruit is very, very sweet. Earlier we have to do a lot of labor, but finally when we get fruit, eat, we enjoy. Because the purpose of education is to teach students not what to think but how to think. And this Chinese power is also very prevalent. Tell me and I forget. If I tell you anything, obviously you forget. Show me and I remember. If anything is shown on the screen, then we can remember for some time. But involve me and I understand. If there are two-way communication, then we can remember for a long way. Yeah, this is about our 4 skills of English language. If one reads avidly, speaks endlessly, thinks deeply, and listens to English as much as one can. One can improve one's performance better, for listening is second to speaking. Yeah, listening is second to speaking. Listening, speaking, writing, reading. Listening and reading, they are passive. Speaking and writing, they are active. So, in a nutshell, two skills are active and two are passive. Yeah, learning is a process that continues from cradle to the grave, and language learning involves the production of the sounds by the learners. When we come in this world and when we go from this world, the middle time is covered by learning, nothing else but learning. And in order to learn, we have to follow certain rules and regulations that is given through this system. So language is a system of communication through speech. When we speak, we have to follow some pattern. We should be very close to our written language is an attempt to represent the spoken language by visual symbols. So in English, the problem is that when we see any word, any letter, that letter can have many pronunciations. For example, CH, ch. Sometimes it is ka in chemistry. Sometimes it is sha in machine. Sometimes it is like ka in monarch. So in order to avoid this type of confusion, the sound system of English, the phonetics of English is first and foremost. Remember, dear viewers, there are 26 letters we know A to Z, but from 26 letters we have 44 sounds. It means English is based on 44 sounds, not on 26 alphabets or letters. Why? There are 21 consonants. From 21 consonant, we have 24 consonant sounds. There are 5 vowels, A, E, I, U. From 5 vowels, we have 20 vowel sounds. That's why we have to learn 20 vowel sounds apart from 5 vowels. If we know only 5 vowels, we will do the same blunder as it is. For example, I ask, she is dash European. If we ask this question from the students, fill in the blank any article A and Dadi. So obviously, if he or she knows A, E, I, O, U, so that student will feel she is an European because the word European starts with E and E is one of the 5 vowels A, E, I, O, U. But the students, if knows 20 vowels, he will reach to this conclusion that we have to use article not on the basis of letters, that is E, but on the basis of sounds, that is ya. So European having first letter, first sound as ya, and here is consonant. So there will be she is a European, not she's an European. This is the reason that we have to learn 20 all sounds and 24 consonant sounds. Total 44 sounds coming from 26 alphabets. Yeah, there are 20 all sounds which are voiced. Yeah, voiced and voiceless, they are two things we have to bear in mind. 24 consonant sounds, of which 15 are voiced and 9 are voiceless. Yes, pay attention to 9 voices. We have 44 sounds. Out of 44 sounds, 20 are vowel sounds, no problem. And 24 are consonant sounds. But out of these 24 consonant sounds, 15 are voiced. So 20 plus 15 total 35 we have voice sounds. That is 20 vowel and 15 from consonant. And 9 are voiceless sounds coming from consonants. So 9 minus, if we see 9 minus 24, we have 50. So we have to bear in mind 9 voiceless sounds. Again, I want to make this point very clear. This suffix as a root word, it is pronounced as less, but it's working as suffix. It will be less, not less. Bear in mind, as a root word, it is less, but here it is working as suffix. It will be less as voiceless. Likewise, ness and nis, kindness. So as a root word, they have different pronunciation, and as suffix, they have something else pronunciation. That is the reason that we have to learn sound system of English language. That is the mechanism of English language. This is very, very important slide in front of you. English is based on the principle. Principle is an example of homophone. PAL and PLE. Homophone means such words having one pronunciation, two spelling, and two meaning. As in the case of this, English is based on the principal example of homophone or confused words of pulmonic, aggressive, air stream mechanism. Pulmonic related to our lungs. Aggressive coming out of the air. Air stream, continuous flow of the air from the lungs. Mechanism a sort of system. To make it point easier, when we produce any sound, in order to produce the sounds, air starts from our lungs. From lungs, air passes through our mouth. If air coming through mouth, it is called oral passages. If air coming through nose, it is called nasal passage. If it is coming through both, it is called nasalized passage. I mean to say, there are three ways of the air coming from the lungs, whether through mouth, oral passage, or through nose, nasal passage, or through both, nasalized passage. So, in order to pronounce the words, need of air is essential, and it is a continuous flow air coming from lung and passing through mouth, nose, or nasalized. So that's why it is called pulmonic aggressive air stream mechanism. So this scientific study is based on the theory of transmission, reception, and perception. I am transmitting the ideas. You are receiving at your level. After receiving, you are trying to understand. You are trying to pursue. So, in the word of computer, input, process, and output. Yes, this slide will make the point very easier if you keep your mind, heart, and soul here. Different colors also giving you different meanings. So this is the first part of consonant. As I told you in the beginning, there are 24 consonant sounds. 12 are in this PPT and 12 in this PPT. So first see the first one. Again, this is P. If I say P, it is letter. But if I say pa, it is sound. as in pan. Voiceless, as I told you earlier, there are 9 voiceless sounds. So see 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 and 13, 15, 17. They are 9 voiceless sounds. Again see this color, purple color. 3 sounds are aspirated. Pa becomes pa, ta becomes da, and ka becomes ka. How? What's aspirated? Aspirated means when we give more stress on the initial sound or the first sound, when there is sort of puff, then it is called aspirated. And we have only 3 sounds out of 44 sounds in English language. That is pa, ta, ka, patak. So if I say pen, it is normal voiceless word. But if I say potato, then pa will become pa. If pa sound is coming from pa, potato, then it is aspirated. Similarly, ta as in tea, tomato, ta becomes ta, tomato, then it is aspirated. Similarly, ka as in cat, but cabbage. Ka becomes ka, cabbage, so it is also aspirated. So my dear viewers, bear in mind 3 aspirated sounds. If we follow this rule, then we are nearer to RP. RP means received pronunciation. RP means received pronunciation. This is the standard of the world language. As there are 2 languages, 2 English, British and American. So both the speakers have to follow this principle. If we don't aspirate, if we don't stress, then there will be confusion among listeners. So to be nearer to RP, we have to follow this system. Pa becomes pa, ta becomes ta, ka becomes ka. And again, these 3 sounds are also voiceless. So, ba as in bad, da as in dog, this G. If I say G, it is letter. But G stands for Ga as in God. This is G, this is Ga. See the phonetic symbol. This is Ga, this is G, God. So G stands for God. Yes, 2 letter sound, T and Sh become Ch, as in chin, chin. J, 2 sound letter, D and J as in June. F, F is for, as in fall. V as wa, as in voice. This is slightly different related to mass. Theta, as in thin. Again, this is different. As in this. So, in these 12 sounds, cha, ja, tha, da, 4 are different. The rest are as it is. And only thing is that if you say P, it is letter. But if you say pa, it is sound. So we have to learn, we have to teach that we have to understand the not letters but sound. That's why this G is Ga. Again, this green color J is giving some message. This violet color Va is also giving some message. That will be clear in the next slide. So in this slide, keep in mind 3 aspirated sounds, that is pataka, pataka. And also bear in mind 6 voiceless sounds, that is pa, ta, ka, ch, fa, and tha. This is from this PPT. Let us see the second one. Again, 13, 15, and 17. They are voiceless, voiceless, voiceless. I made it clear that as suffix it is less and as a root it is less. So, dear viewers, we have 9 voiceless sounds. 6 pa, ta, ka, cha, fa, tha, sa, sha, and ha. So try to understand 9 voiceless. Forget about 35. 9 plus 35 is equal to 44. These 9 voiceless sounds play a very drastic and pivotal and crucial role in sound system of English language. You will come to know later on. Meanwhile, see this. So, as in so. Yes, my dear viewers, many of us say as sa. No, no. It is so. O. Long O. Not sa. Not sa. So. This is j as in Jew. This is bada sa. This is chota sa. See color. Small sa with S and big sa with SH. Sha. In which we have some whistling sound. Sha as in she. Sa as in so. Ja. This green color ja as in vision. In our first slide, there was also one ja that is at 8 number. So this ja and this ja and this ja. It means there are 3 ja and 2 sha and 2 wa. This 10 number wa with V and this wa with W. 2 wa, 2 saw and 3 jaw. We can understand later on how can we differentiate these sounds from each other. Now see the 17, a great difference. If I say H, it is letter. If I say ha, it sound home. H stands for ha. M as ma, as in man, man. N as na, as in name. Anga, anga as in shing, shing. L as la, as in leg. R as ra, as in red. Yes, J. This J stands for ya, as in yes, yes. And W stands for wa, as in wet. So two wa are there, two sh are there, three j are there. And also bear in mind 3 aspirated sounds, that is pa, ta, ka. Apart from 9 voiceless sounds, that is pa, ta, ka, they are aspirated as well as voiceless. Then cha, then fa, then tha, then sa, then sha, and finally ha. They are voiceless, 9 voiceless sounds. So in both these two slides, we learnt 24 consonant sounds. After learning to 24 consonant sounds, now we are going ahead to learn 20 vowel sounds. Yes, in the first two slides, I try to make it easier 24 vowel, 24 consonant sound. Now let us see 20 vowels. As different colors are giving different messages, all are voice sounds. First thing, bear in mind, all are voice sounds. 12 are pure vowels, consist of 5 long and 7 short. 8 are diphthong. Diphthong means gliding from one vowel to another. They are also known as impure, and 12 are pure. 12 plus 8 total 20. All are voiced. In consonant 24 vowels, we have 9 voiceless and 15 voiced. So 15 voiced from consonant and 20 voiced from vowels. All these are voice sounds. Yes. Okay. Now let us see diphthong. That is gliding from one sound to another. They are called diphthong because they consist of two sounds in one sound making one sound. That's why they are called gliding. They are called diphthong. They are also known as impure vowel. They are impure. So see 13 and 14. In 13 and 14, this ulta e is a and u, two sounds making sounds of o as in so. Dear viewers, generally we say it as you, but it's blender to call it as sieve. It is so equal to SO, again homophone. SO and SEW, they are so, not sieve. See second one, and U as ow as in cow. So two sounds glide towards U. That's why they are called diphthong. Two sounds gliding toward U, O and OW. And bear in mind it is so equal to SO, not SIU. Generally we say SIU is stitching. Now see 15, 16 and 17. Three are gliding towards E, short E. Yes, gliding towards short E given in green color. A and A as in play, and E as in I as in my, O E as in oi as in boy. So three sounds gliding towards E. A, I, oi. Now again see three sounds gliding towards A. This A. E as ear as in near. U as in poor. Air as in this word. Yes, again. Generally we call it hair, equal to HAIR. But my dear viewers, H is silent. Air equal to AIR, air to go anywhere. So three sounds glide towards R. And this 20 is very important because H is silent. Generally, we pronounce it as air, but it is air, like A-I-R, air to go anywhere. So, dear viewers, two sounds glides towards oo, three sounds glides towards e, and again three sounds glides towards a. And this 20 is very important, as we call it here, but it's here to go anywhere. Yes. Now after this, we have very important slide in front of you. You might be very surprising. What is this? Yes, here it is the picture of our tongue. Tongue, yes, of tongue. Tongue in resting position. Grammarian linguistics took the picture of tongue in our resting position. Yes, in this form. This is the back of tongue, central of tongue, and front of tongue with close, half open, and open. So this is the point paradigm on the basis of which we can put the sounds and then try to articulate in order to reach to the RP system. So this is our back of the tongue. In our mouth, tongue has four parts. Tip. Behind tip we have a blade. Then behind blade or in the central, that is middle or center. Then behind central we have back. And opposite of back we have soft palate. And opposite of central or blade we have hard palate. And opposite of tip we have teeth ridge. Lips we have two lips, upper and lower. Tongue's four parts of tongue: tip, blade, central, back. See diagram. This is the back of the tongue. This is the central of the tongue, and it is the front of the tongue, along with closeness. Then half close, then half open, then open. So with the help of these circle, arrows, rectangle, you will see how and how can we put the sound and how can we articulate. First see five long sound. Yes, we have five long vowels. E, A, O, U. So see first one. This is our E, as in seed. So it is our front as well as close sound. Come to central. It is A, as in bar, A. Long sound. This is also A. This is also A, but this is bar, A. Long sound. Then see A, as in arm. Now see O, long O, as in old, small, ball, cold, tall. And see this ooh, 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 ooh. So five long vowels having 2 colon after that. So E, A, O, U. Now see 7 short. E, A, again O, U. So see first one, this. E, as in sit, sit, sit. Then this one, as in sat, sat. This is sad. Difference between sat and this sat is that this sound is between half closed and half open, and this sound is between half open and half closed. It means when we have any sound in which we have a in between, like in man, then we have this phonetic symbol man in place of a. When we have e as in man, then we have this symbol as in man. Man, man. Set, sad. It means a, we have to open our mouth larger than in comparison to this sound, because it is half closed and half open, and it is open and half open. This is the only difference to articulate man and man. Now see o, o as in cut, ago, a as in ago. Now come to o, small o as in goat. This is long o, this is short o. This is long u, brow, this is short u at chota u. So full, this is full, and this is full. Yeah, full. So with the help of this diagram of tongue, we must be very clear the confusion of 5 long vowels and 7 short vowels. Long vowel means 2 column in the end and sound will be long. Short vowel means no colon and sound will be short. And when confusion comes of this a and a, so we have to keep this diagram in mind that in this sound in man, then opening of the mouth, and in this we have less opening of the mouth. That is the thing to be practiced by you later on. Now see next. Again, very important and last slide of this lecture. Yes, in the previous slide you saw 5 plus 7 vowel sounds, that is pure vowels. Now they are diphthong. Diphthong means gliding from one vowel sound from one sound to another. Again, this is the same diagram of our tongue. This is back, this is central, front and close, half open and open. 8 are diphthong. They are also known as impure or flat. In the previous slide, you studied pure vowels, 5 long and 7 short. In this slide, you will see diphthong. 3. First see 3. 3 sounds gliding towards a. This a This is A. A is here. See the arrow in yellow color. So E here. Gliding of the tongue from E. This is E towards A. This is A. So gliding from one place to another. See the arrow. Yes. Here. From this place, from E to A. So it is ear, as in near. That's why they are called diphthong, in which two sounds are there. Second one, air. This is A and this is A. So gliding from A to A. So from A to A, air, air, player. So third one, oo, gliding from oo. This is oo, this is a. So from oo to a, as in poor. I mean to say, once again, I am repeating to make it clear. Diphthong means when we have a combination of two sounds. Diphthong means our tongue glides from one place to another, as in the case of these three sounds, in which they glide towards A. This is A sound. So these three sounds are gliding from their destination, ultimately reaching to A, as in the case of ear, near, as in the case of air, player, as in the case of poor, poor. So three sounds gliding towards A. Now see two sounds gliding towards oo. This is oo, small oo. A and oo. This is A. We just learned. So from here we see the gliding. Yes, see slowly and slowly from A to oo. A, oo, O, as in go. Once again, from A to O, as in go, as in no. So this is A, from A to U, from A to U. Once again, from A to U. In second case, R to this was R to U. So R to, just a minute, R to U, out, as in how. Once again, we have two sounds gliding towards oo. This is oo. One from a oo, as in o go. Second from a to ow, as in ow. So a to oo, o, and a to oo, as in ow. So two sounds gliding towards oo. Now see third one. Again, three in red color, three sounds gliding towards E. This is E. This was long E, it was short E, slightly difference E. So A, I, this is A, I, A, O, I, this is O, I, O, R, I. So first one, A, as in play. Second one, this one, Oi, as in boy. Third one, I, as in my. Once again, three sounds gliding from one place to main destination, that is E. So A plus I, as in play, A plus O plus I, as in boy, and A plus I, as in my. So this is diphthong. Diphthong means, once again, I am repeating, two sounds are their combination of two sounds but giving the meaning of one sound. Two letters, two morpheme. Morpheme means the smallest unit of sound like pa, ta, pa. So they are three morpheme. So three glide towards or, two glides towards U, and three glides towards E. So 3, 3, 2 is equal to 8. So 8 diphthong sounds are there. They are called impure. And in the earlier slide, I taught you about 12 pure vowel. So I think now much has been clear to you up till now. So now the time for, after this, we have a few recommended books for you, that is references. If you see red color, Bansal and Harrison. This book is Panacea, spoken English for India for Indian students, very cheap but very very important. So kindly go through this book. This book is to be chewed and digested. After this, Sethi and Dhameja. Again, Panacea for learning phonetics. Apart from this, you can also browse these books of mine, and a tough one, first one, and third one. Corner also, and few notes of Chapel, Hyderabad. So, dear viewers, whatever I tried to do, I snatched from these books, so you can also study further after going through these books. Thank you and have a good day.